Parkland shelter that when I came in Texas, that's the first shelter I checked myself into. And I went Parkland. I stayed in Parkland for 2 weeks before I came out and met Frank Convention Center. And the Parkland also threw me out for no reason. I slept out one night in Parkland and I came back. They took my shelter ID in Parkland. I said I can no longer sleep. And I said, I asked why. They said because I spent out night. And that night that I spent out, because I went to the hospital because the nurse in Parkland, the shelter, told me I should go to the hospital. And if I don't go to the hospital and get myself checked, I will not enter the shelter. Because she lied and told me that I have tuberculosis, which was wrong. You just sit there and you just diagnose somebody without taking blood from them. You don't do no sample and you just lie and say somebody have tuberculosis and you tell them to go to the hospital. They should not come back in the shelter without going to the hospital. So they took my Parkland ID because I went to the hospital. I slept out one night from the hospital and I came back the next day. The Parkland people took back my ID and threw me out and tell me I slept out. I said, what do you mean I slept out? You guys asked me to go to the hospital. That's when the corona started. I was not even pregnant yet. I was not even pregnant yet. I have not even met Frank yet. That's when I just came in Texas. That was the first shelter I landed. That was Parkland shelter. And I was only there for 2 weeks. This is Belong. This is Belong. And she took my ID and revoked me and said I slept in the hospital. And the nurses were lying that I have tuberculosis. Understand? You diagnose somebody without taking blood, without taking any sample, and you're diagnosing and telling them they have tuberculosis. You want them to believe that you have tuberculosis. Understand? The title of this is Belong. Understand? So I'm just saying, when you are even trying to compare the police officers in Boston and the one in Texas, it's just different. Because the ones in Boston, we're actually like helping you, getting you to a shelter. I don't think your job as a police officer is just to arrest somebody. If this person is homeless, you check them to a shelter. If you got me arrested, I didn't have a ticket, you could have provided me a ticket before I left the cell. Or you would not have allowed me to leave that police cell without you driving me in a shelter. You could have gone on your computer or your laptop or anything and check a shelter and check this girl in. Because the truth is that if I go myself, they don't want me to go inside. So when you go as a police officer, then they might allow me to go in.